All right, welcome everyone. This is our live trading room performance review for Q1 2016. So I thought we'd take a little time to give you an update of how we've done in the live trading room for the first quarter of this year. Talk a little bit about what our focus is in the trading room, talk a little bit about some of our uh, challenges and some of the opportunities that we've had, and give you an overview of where we are. So let's go ahead and get started. So the live trading room um, really was developed with three main objectives. Okay, and I'm going to talk about each of those. I also want to talk about a summary of our key success factors and really help you understand what I believe it takes to be successful in the live trading room. And we're going to talk a little bit about the highlights and challenges, and then I'm going to get to our actual results for 2016 and share those results with you compared to the overall market. And then I'm going to offer an opportunity to participate in the live trading room, as well as our educational program, the Profit Accelerator program that supports the live trading room. And I'll share that opportunity with you. This is a quote that I saw from Robert Kiyosaki. Financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. And I absolutely believe each of those components. I think that, first of all, if you have a desire to achieve financial freedom, you have a desire to achieve lifestyle freedom, it has to be a process of developing the right attitude, developing your emotional maturity, and educating yourself in order to be able to achieve those goals. Trading and trading successfully is something that can be one of the best ways to generate income. It can be one of the best ways to have the lifestyle freedom that you may desire. That certainly was one of my goals. And it may be one of the best ways for you to provide a business income for yourself, or a second income flow, second income stream. What's one of the other reasons I liked this quote is I had dinner with Robert Kiyosaki one time in Dallas. There was a small group of us, and I was doing a presentation for him. And we talked a lot about this particular quote and his whole attitude to creating wealth and real estate investment. And it was a fascinating conversation to me. It was an opportunity for me, and I enjoyed the conversation. And so I just wanted to share that with you, because I think that it's very important that you develop yourself, have an emotional maturity, a mental capacity, as well as focus on what you're doing, and then enroll yourself in and participate in the educational process so that you really learn what to do. So the live trading room was really created with three objectives. Now, we've had the live trading room for a while, and we've gone through different iterations of it. But late last year, late 2015, myself and my team made a conscious decision to shift how we were managing the live trading room and how we were actually conducting trades that we were profiling for our clients. So what I want to share with you are the three objectives that we really operate under now, that we're kind of measuring ourselves against to see how we're doing compared to what we intended to do. So the first objective was to create an opportunity for active traders. These are people who maybe trade full time, they have more time on their hands, they have an interest in participating in the market full time or more actively, but create an opportunity for those active traders to observe trades in real time. Now, I want to preface this by saying that all of the trading that I do and that the members of my team do, Michael, Allison, and Aaron, this is all trading we would be doing regardless of whether or not we had the live trading room. So this was an opportunity to profile for people exactly what we were doing and do it in such a way that would help people understand a bit more about trading successfully. So the objective really was to host an active webinar session throughout the market day. And we really started offering a full market day session in late last year. Our intention as part of this objective was that all trades were going to be placed in a live cash account. Now, I was trading my own live cash account anyway, and so that was very easy to do. I have multiple accounts, but I had one particular primary account that I was willing to profile and place trades in as part of this objective of offering traders an opportunity to observe what we did. Our intention was to explain each trade so traders understood why the trade was placed. Now, I'm going to get into this a little bit more later, but this should not be confused as providing an education as to how to trade. We really don't provide an education in the live trading room. We provide an opportunity to observe. But if you have the education, which we do offer you an opportunity to take from us, if you have the education, you kind of understand what we're doing, then we at least explain each trade as it's being placed so you understand why that trade was placed. I also want to make sure that I'm very clear here that one of the sub-objectives, one of the parts of this objective number one was that although we would explain each trade, it was not our intention to tell you that you should place this trade. It was not our intention to try to convince you that this was the right trade. We simply are sharing with you what we are doing. I'm sharing with you what I am doing in my live cash account. It's entirely up to you to decide if that is something you want to follow along with or if that's something that you don't agree with. And that's fine. There are going to be traders with different opinions anytime you're looking at the same trade. Another part of this objective was to provide an ongoing assessment throughout the market day to provide traders with our insights, what we're seeing on the charts, what we're seeing on the technical signals, honing in on the details and the fine-tuning of the technical signals. Is this a signal that we would take to go long? Is this a signal we would take to go short? Should we just sit on the sidelines? So there's an ongoing commentary as we intended to provide our insights. And again, it's entirely up to each trader to decide whether they agree, disagree with our insights, but we're just sharing with you what we see. And then ultimately, the objective is to help traders move further down that path of learning how to think like a trader. People who are active traders have a desire to be active traders. They want to trade successfully. They don't want to come into the game and get blown out of the game. They don't want to keep moving in and out of this. They want to come in, they want to trade successfully. And our intention was to conduct this in such a way that we could help traders learn how to think like a trader. These are all real trades. This is real market moves, 100% transparent on what we do. So that was objective number one of three. The second objective that we had was then to create an education program that would teach traders the specifics of how we trade in our live accounts. Our primary focus in the trading room is to trade. That's our number one focus, and we won't allow ourselves to be distracted from that trading. So if people are seeking education in the trading room, we may have some time periodically to respond to questions, but our primary focus is on trading our accounts and then providing you an opportunity to observe exactly what we're doing. So the education then has to be a separate component. And so our thought was we wanted to create an education program that would show you what we believe the right charting software is and how to read those signals, what the optimum strategies are in order to leverage consistent profits, and how to manage positions using some of our more advanced management techniques. And then also and this is a passion of mine. I'm very, very um, committed to helping people learn this in particular, but it's focusing traders' attention on risk management, which I absolutely believe is one of the most important key success factors of trading. If you don't manage risk, then you can be successful during a long period of time and have one period of time that'll just knock you out of the game. That is not necessary. Focusing traders' attention on risk, in my opinion, is one of the most important things that we put out there as a message. So objective 2 was to create an education program that would allow people to learn more of the details about what we do in managing our accounts. And then the third objective was, let's trade with minimal risk, because that's important for me personally, and that's important for each member of my team in their respective trading accounts. But also, let's demonstrate to people who are observing that you can trade successfully and accumulate pretty significant growth in your account by trading with minimal risk. And then we also wanted to recycle our capital as many times as possible, possibly even compound our profits, but mostly focused on recycling the capital so that we could achieve optimum account growth. Now, we put a stake in the ground and said initially that our goal was to earn $400 per day average profit. $400 a day is pretty significant in my mind. That translates into about $96,000 a year. If you assume there are 20 trading days a month on an average, and you make $400 a day on an average trading days, you could make potentially $96,000 a year. Now, you don't have to have a huge, huge account in order to accomplish that. All of this is accomplished by recycling capital over and over and over again. And that's really what we wanted to help people see, but that's what we also wanted to accomplish in our own accounts. And then we also wanted to focus our trading on NDX, SPX, and RUT. Those of you who are familiar with Options Moneymaker and familiar with our programs and familiar with my philosophy of trying to keep our trading as reasonably simple as possible know that I'm very focused on these three indexes. I like to trade these indexes. They provide plenty of opportunity for us. They keep us focused without constantly scouring the entire universe of optionable stocks. And it's the way I like to focus my trading. Now, each trader can choose to expand their trading beyond that. They can choose to adopt their own ETFs, their own stocks, whatever you choose to do. We're just, once again, sharing with you what we have chosen to do, and then you can adjust to whatever is best for your account and for your trading. Initially, in this objective, we wanted to have risk of somewhere between $5,000 to $8,000 per trade. Now, we certainly can put less risk than that into a single trade, and there are a variety of very easy ways to accomplish that. In fact, we incorporated that into the education program that we created, and how to adjust to a risk level that is palatable for your account and your appetite for risk. And you could certainly have more risk, but I'm not interested in putting a huge amount of risk out there. And based on what we were talking about and the types of strategies that we had been testing for well over a year, $5,000 to $8,000 of initial risk for a position was very manageable. And then we wanted to control risk, and also we wanted to control risk, and in addition to that, we wanted to control risk. So this is what I harp on all the time, is controlling your risk, managing your risk, keeping in mind how much capital you have in play versus what your risk tolerance is. It's probably the one thing that sabotages traders more than anything else, is they end up putting up too much risk, then they get themselves into trouble, then they get discouraged, then they get themselves into a situation where they can't trade anymore and everything just kind of falls apart. None of that is necessary. And so in this objective 3, we decided that not only did we want to do that for our own accounts, manage risk and manage capital, but we wanted to demonstrate for people who might be observing our trades how easy it is really to control your risk and still generate a very reasonable income. Now, you can start with as little as $25,000 to trade successfully in the live trading room. This is all about starting small, managing wisely, and grow consistently. We started with more than that, and I'm going to share some numbers with you in a little bit. But people ask me all the time, well, how much do I need in order to trade in the live trading room? I think if you have $25,000 to start with, and you exercise some wisdom about how you manage and control that allocation of capital, I think you can be very successful. If you have more than that, that's fine. You still need to manage and control and use wisdom in how you apply your risk, but you can be very successful even if you start with 25,000. Can someone start with less than that? Absolutely. I would say a practical minimum would be 10,000, but if you want to trade one position at a time and you are focused on that and disciplined about that, you can still trade very successfully, even with as little as $10,000. So now that we understand what the objectives were, we set about to create the environment. So our trading team, there are 4 of us, Michael, Allison, Aaron, and myself. We host a live market day webinar every market day. So this is a live webinar that is open. The room is essentially open throughout the entire market day. We open just a few minutes before market opens, and we close right when the market closes. So how do traders really benefit from this? Well, you get to listen in and hear all of the discussions that we have about the technical signals. And there are charting tools that we use and specific technical signals that we use that help guide us to whether or not we want to open a new position, help guide us to whether or not now is the best time to close a position and take a profit. Those signals are the lifeblood of our trading room. Now, we have a particular software package that we use, which we teach all about in our education program. And we are trading off of those signals, but we incorporate other signals into that too. So there are a variety of things that we take into account. And what you hear is the discussions amongst the 4 of us as to what those signals are showing us and how we interpret those. When there's an opportunity for new trade, as I said, when the signals are saying wait. By the way, we've had a lot of waiting in the last 4 weeks. There've been a lot of sitting on the sidelines waiting for the signals to play out because volatility has been extremely low. But that's important all by itself, that we understand that and that we interpret those signals correctly. And then you hear how we blend multiple technical views into our overall assessment about taking a trade, sitting on the sidelines, exiting a trade. That's invaluable, in my opinion, because you can learn a lot about technical views and technical signals. And then if you trade in an isolated environment by yourself, first of all, it can get a little lonely. But second thing is you're frequently scratching your head wondering if you have the right view. And just to sign in and listen to the discussions that the 4 of us have about differing views from different perspectives, I think is an invaluable part of the live trading room. You get to listen to the insights of the team as we share different perspectives on the current market. What's the market doing? I'm not a huge fan of financial media and a huge fan of financial news. So I don't really listen to a lot of it. But there are news items that influence market moves. It's just I don't listen to a lot of it because there aren't a lot of news items that are going to actually give you information that you can trade off of. But Allison's really good about incorporating views of the Fed meetings and why in the last couple of days we've had pretty slim movements. Michael's really good about incorporating news and headlines that he sees throughout financial media. And so those are the types of things that you get to hear our discussions about. Our number one priority is trading, and we're each trading our own accounts. But we have these discussions, and then we kind of go to our own respective corners and place our trades. You also get to see each trade ticket as it's being set up. Now that's true in one account that we profile. It's a primary account that belongs to me that I profile with cash. It's a live account. And each time there's a trade being executed in that account, you see the trade ticket as it's being set up. You see the trade as it's executed, and you get to follow right along with it. There are no email or text alerts associated with the trades in the live trading room. This is real-time trading. This is observing in real time what we're doing. This is also an opportunity to learn to think like a trader, because you're going to hear different members of my options moneymaker trading team discuss different views and how to take advantage of an opportunity or how to manage it. There might be a signal to go short in the market, and out of the four of us, there might be 2 or 3 different approaches that we take in order to take advantage of that signal. Each trader knows that they have to be accountable for their own choices. Ultimately, they're accountable for their own results, but there is frequently more than one way to leverage the same opportunity. So as a participant in the live trading room, you hear those discussions, you hear the differing views. One person may take a trade that is a little more expensive, but they like the opportunity associated with that trade. Someone else might be taking a different version of that trade because it's less expensive and they're managing their capital a little differently. So that's really what the live trading room delivers. The primary objective of the live trading room, as I mentioned, is for the options moneymaker trading team to trade their own accounts. We're here to make money. If we didn't have the live trading room, if we didn't have participants and clients who were observing our trades, the four of us would still be in the trading room together every day, talking about the signals, talking about our accounts, talking about the trades that we're placing. We have one live cash account that's profiled for the room, which I mentioned. And traders in that account get to see every win, every loss, every easy trade, and every challenged trade. They get to see the trades that we open one day and close the next. They get to see the challenged trades where we open that trade, we ended up having to manage that trade, we end up nurturing that trade along for a period of several weeks. They get to see every iteration of that. They see the wins, they see the losses. It's all fully transparent. As we adjust to changing market conditions, traders learn how to adjust their approach so that they can continue generating profits. We actually did that recently, just a couple of weeks ago. We modified the approach that we were using in our live trading room in terms of strategy so that we could stay in the game to generate good, solid profits on a daily basis. And we just need to flex to the market, and traders in the live trading room learn by observing what we do. This is really an opportunity, in my opinion, for traders to immerse themselves in the business of trading and growing wealth. I consider trading to be a business. You are in business for yourself. You are putting up capital in order to invest in your business. You have expenses associated with your business, buying services, paying subscriptions, giving yourself an education. And there is always risk in business, just like there is with trading. But in my personal opinion, the business of trading is a phenomenal way for anybody at any level to get involved and potentially grow wealth for themselves. The live trading room is not intended to be a teaching forum, which I did mention, and that's why we created a education program. It's called the Profit Accelerator program. All of the trading we do in live trading is real time, it's active trading, and it's live trading. So in order to really learn what we do, I mean, it's one thing to follow along and observe, but you're kind of blind. You're just observing and following blindly what we're doing. That's not a productive way for anybody to trade, and it's not a productive way for you to learn. I don't want to be responsible for your risk just by following along with every trade that I put out there. So what we did was we created the Profit Accelerator program. This is an opportunity for you to learn how to accelerate your profits and really grow your account. Then the Profit Accelerator program consists of 4 webinar sessions, and those webinar sessions are focused on the following 4 things: charts and how to use the signals. Now, we use Able Trend charts, which I think are some of the best, most consistently active and predictive charts that I've seen in over 30 years of trading. Those are the charts that we use in order to identify our signals. We incorporate other features into that, but Able Trend is our primary charting. The second webinar session, each of these are 1-hour sessions. The second session in the Profit Accelerator program is focused on the strategies that we use in order to generate daily profits. We love to be able to generate profits on a daily basis. This is an active trading environment. We like to be active with our profits. Session 3 is focused on risk management, and it's really about how to adjust your trading for your account size. Someone might be trading a $500,000 account. Their experience is going to be different than someone trading a $50,000 account or $15,000 account. But the cool thing about the strategies that we use is they're all scalable. This is all scalable depending on the size of the position, depending on the placement of the strikes for the position. There are a variety of ways that you can size the amount of capital that you invest in each trade. So we can all be trading the same strategy. We can all be trading different size accounts, and we can all be focused on our own risk management and be successful with that. And then session 4 of the Profit Accelerator program is all focused on management. What happens when position doesn't work out? What happens when we get behind on a position? What happens when we have a drawdown on a position? That's all focused on management, and included in that management is our most advanced management strategy called the Seed Iron Condor, which many of you are familiar with. So the Profit Accelerator program was designed as the education vehicle to really understand the foundation of what we're doing in trading our accounts and what we're doing in the live trading room. It shows active traders how to grow their account using short-term signals. It teaches traders how to use our legging in approach, where when we can leg into a position, done the way we have taught this and use it, we get to actually lock in a guaranteed profit the same day we open the position without any day trading. I don't want to day trade. I made a personal commitment that it would be rare in this account that we're profiling that I would day trade. And although I'm open to day trading personally, and I will do so in other accounts, other private accounts, I wanted to make a commitment not to day trade because I knew that we would attract many people who either weren't comfortable day trading or could not comfortably day trade because of the size of their account. So we have constructed this in a way to generate profits, to actually show you how to lock in guaranteed profits the same day without day trading. And when I say guaranteed profits, I mean that the worst case scenario in those situations is that you would make X amount of money. You would have no potential of loss under those scenarios. We teach that strategy as part of the Profit Accelerator program. I think it's an excellent approach for active traders who don't want to day trade and who are looking for that quick hit, that quick profit. And as with all of our programs, we focus a lot on how to respond to market moves instead of reacting. A response is all about having an education and having knowledge and feeling confident with what you're doing. A reaction is typically because you don't really know what to do. Now your back is against the wall and you're flailing a little bit in terms of what to do next. We really want to teach people how to think like traders, be educated, and allow people to respond to market moves. All trading is done in a live trading account. I think that the combination of the Profit Accelerator, which is the education program, and the live trading room is designed to teach the strategies, which is Profit Accelerator, reinforce the education through observation of the Options Moneymaker team placing trades. That's the live trading room. So think about this. If you go through an education program and you kind of learn the basics of what you need to understand, and then you have an opportunity on an every single trading day basis to learn and observe and see what you just learned through the education program, that amount of observation is going to be great reinforcement for what you learn. I've met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders over the years who buy multiple books, they read the books, but when they come to the market, they don't really know how to trade. I've met hundreds of traders who have attended live seminars, weekend seminars, day seminars, webinars. They learn, but when they come to the market, they don't really know how to trade. And I think a good analogy I could share with you would be go to any bookstore and buy 10 books on flying an airplane and read every one of those books, and then go out to the airport and jump in a plane and fly because you just read how to do what you need to do. And that's kind of an absurd example when I say it that way, but people don't think the same way about their financial stability. They don't think about it in terms of trading that way. If you jump into an airplane after reading 10 books, well, you understand a lot about aerodynamics. You understand how the ailerons move. You understand how to adjust your throttle. You adjust everything, but you don't really know how to fly. And that's where you have a flight instructor sitting in the plane with you, helping you now translate what you learned into real activity, real action. That's really what we want to try to do. We want to teach you what you need to know. That does not prepare you to trade full-time on your own, in my opinion, but through daily observation in the live trading room, that provides education, the reinforcement, and then the constant repetition of doing that's going to help you learn how to think and act like a trader. Winning comes from knowledge, and that knowledge builds confidence in how to think about each position. And if you have confidence in what you're doing, you're going to be far more successful than you will be otherwise. So the trading room is for active traders, but there are slow periods. We have slow periods where we're waiting for the market to create or offer us an opportunity. I'll say in the last 3-4 weeks, it's been a relatively slow period. And the reason is primarily because volatility has been at a very low level. So the opportunities to apply one of our strategies, which is the legging in strategy, have not really been there as much as they were back in January and February. That's okay. We're just on a cycle. When volatility shifts higher again, we're going to have those opportunities again. So it's important for us to adjust. As I said a couple of weeks ago, we adjusted our strategy, which is actually using the same base strategy. It's just a little different approach to how we implement it initially. But those are the things that you benefit from being part of the live trading room. Now, some of our weeks in quarter one, January through end of March, were very productive weeks. January and February actually had high volatility. They set volatility highs so far for the year. And March hit volatility lows for the year. So January and February were very productive months for us. We had very productive, very profitable weeks during January and February. March was not as productive and not as profitable, but it was still profitable. So the productive weeks and the productive days allowed us to lock in guaranteed profits using our legging in strategy. That's my number one preferred strategy for trading in my own account. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to sit idly on the sidelines if that is temporarily not working. I just need to wait for it to come back and adjust accordingly. We were profitable every week throughout quarter one. We had a profit every single week throughout quarter one in our live trading room account. January was our strongest month. March was our weakest month, but it was still profitable. Now, there were some challenging trades. It just comes with the territory. If you're going to be in the business of being a trader, you're going to have challenging trades. If you set your expectation that you'll never have a challenging trade, you only want to work with the fun trades, the easy trades, well, you shouldn't be a trader. We had challenging trades, and we applied some of our most advanced management strategies that we teach in the Profit Accelerator program. January and February, we had minimal management. March, we started to get into a bit more management. But that, again, is just the nature of the beast. That is what is required of us as business owners. There are three emotional challenges that I think active traders encounter. And I think these are the three biggest emotional challenges that active traders encounter. Number one is periods of limited activity. If you're an active trader and you literally are committed to sitting at your computer and watching the market all day long, and there's no activity, the signals aren't good, there's nothing that's telling me to get in, there's nothing telling me that I can take a profit here, and I just went through a day and I didn't take any profits and I didn't place any trades, it actually starts to mess with the psychology of trading. It starts to mess with your attitude, because active traders think that they need to be active, and so all of a sudden they start taking action that is not really appropriate. The second emotional challenge that a lot of active traders deal with is managed positions. Sometimes a managed position can take on a life of its own. It requires more time, it requires more attention. It's not as much fun because you're not getting in and getting out right away. You're looking at that position over a series of several days, maybe even weeks. But again, it's the nature of the beast. You have to pay attention to your managed positions, and you have to stay the course and apply some discipline. But it does tend to wear on you emotionally. And then risk and capital management. If you overextend your capital, as traders frequently do, that will be one of the biggest emotional hurdles for you to overcome. So I only share these things because I think you have to look in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself about how you believe you can deal with those and how you believe you will manage through those. The longer you trade and the more confident you become through knowledge and education, the less likely it is that these emotional challenges will interfere with your trading. You just recognize that there are periods of waiting. There are periods of, I got to work a little bit more. There are periods where, oops, I probably overextended a little bit on my capital. I need to rein it in a little bit. You just need to have a very practical view of what you're doing. Risk management plus discipline of doing what's necessary when it's necessary, plus patience, especially during those drier periods where things aren't quite as active as you would like them to be. in my opinion, that's where you achieve winning growth. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint, and discipline is the key ingredient. It's a quote by Dave Ramsey. I really liked the part, especially having been a former marathon runner, that building wealth is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We are in for the long haul. We're going to go the distance. I'm not interested in sprinting through this. If I go slowly, but I'm always in the game, I never drop out of the race, then I'm still a winner. I don't have to win ahead of anybody else. I don't have to care that there's anybody still winning behind me. I don't really need to care about any of that. It's just not a sprint. It's not a race against anybody else. It's a marathon that requires you to stay the course. It requires you to stay involved. It requires you to stay committed, stay disciplined, and be patient. So let's talk about some of the key stats. So overall, I think in my personal assessment, we earned excellent profits for 2016. We had a very strong focus, it should come as no surprise, on capital preservation and risk management. Every trade decision that I make starts with what are the capital implications to this trade. Now, I'm not opposed to putting risk out there. You have to put risk out there in order to make money. I'm not opposed to that at all. It's just going to be measured and conscious risk that I am willing to put in based on the parameters of whatever trade decision I'm making. We recycled the same capital over and over and over again throughout quarter one. And that's really what allows you to accelerate profits. When we show our results to a lot of people, the immediate reaction is, oh, you must be doing something that's just hugely risky, and I could never do that. Well, I believe that's a misnomer. I believe that you can trade options very successfully with minimal risk. And, it's up to you to decide what you consider to be minimal risk, but I think you can do that. And the reason that we can generate the types of returns that we do is because we take that same capital and we recycle it again and again and again. We got into this position yesterday and we got out of it today. And then we took that same capital and got into a new position today. We had that situation today. I closed out of 3 positions for profits today, and I re-entered 3 new positions today. The 3 positions I closed out of today were each opened yesterday. So we took profits within one day, and that profit is now locked in our performance. But now I've redeployed that same capital into new positions, so I continue to generate profit opportunities for myself. So here are some highlights of our statistics, and I thought these were key highlights that I wanted to share with you. There were 61 trading days in quarter one, 61 trading days. There are a couple of market holidays in quarter one, but total 61 trading days. We had 4 losing days in the first quarter, 4 days where we had a loss. At the end of the day, we had no profit and we had a loss. Now, I want to be very clear here before I go on. I don't really care how many positions we trade. I do track the number of positions, but at the end of the day, I don't care whether I had 3 positions that I lost on and 2 that I made money on. I only care about one number. I care about whether or not we were net positive or net negative for the day. I don't care how many positions made up that number. I really don't care. I care only about whether we were net positive for the day. 6 days of the 61, we had no profit and no loss. There was no activity. We didn't close any positions for a loss. We didn't close any positions for a profit. So we had 51 of our 61 trading days that were profitable. We had no losing weeks in quarter one. We had losing days, but we had no losing weeks. High volatility in January produced the best average daily profits, and the lower volatility in March was less productive, but it was still profitable. So here's a summary for you. I keep a very simple spreadsheet where I just, at the end of each day, record what our daily profit was. And then, of course, that accumulated to the weeks, and that accumulated to the month, and then ultimately the quarter. So we started in January with capital that I had set aside to trade of $213,310. Now, I want to give you a little footnote here too. A lot of people talk about their trading capital, and they talk about, I've got X amount in my trading account. I rarely ever have all of the capital that I have allocated to trading in my trading account. That's two different things. If I've made a decision to set aside a certain amount of capital that I'm willing to ultimately use to generate profits, it doesn't all have to be in my trading account. I may pull some of it into my trading account at some point in the future if I need to, but I have to first of all start with a decision, a commitment to myself that this is the amount that I've chosen to trade. And then I'm going to start with an amount, a portion of that. Sometimes it might be all of it, but rarely. But I'm going to start with a portion of that in my trading account. And the reason I do this, folks, is because I want to mentally know that no matter how challenged I may be in my trading account, I always know I've got additional capital as a backup. And this isn't additional capital that now I'm digging into other resources and I didn't really intend to trade that. This is capital that I set aside to trade. It's just sitting idle. It's doing nothing. It's just sitting out there. And so when I calculate returns for myself and to present to you, I incorporate all of that capital. It doesn't matter whether it was in my trading account or not, because it was set aside to trade. And so I'm calculating what I consider to be a very conservative percentage return. So the amount, it's kind of an odd number. It's not like a round, $200,000 number, but it's what was there. So it's $213,310 we started with on January 1st. In the month of January, we earned $61,884. There were 19 trading days. That was a $32.57 average, $3,257 daily average profit. We did 70 trades through the course of January. That was pretty active. And our average profit per trade was $884. That's a 29% return for the month of January. In February, we generated an additional $48,966 of profits. There are 20 trading days in February. Our average daily profit was $2,448. We were very active in February, 92 trades. So we were more active with our trades, but you can see that we were generating less profit and we were generating less average daily profits, and our average profit per trade fell quite a bit from January. But do you want to measure what didn't work, or do you want to measure what did work? What did work is we made $532 per trade on average, and we averaged $2,400 a day throughout February. That was a 17.8% return based on a starting balance at the beginning of February of $275,000. In March, hang on one second. In March, we generated $44,000. So you can see here that as volatility declined January to March, our profits dropped. There were 22 trading days, and our average daily return, average daily profit per day in March was $2,004. 74 trades. So not dissimilar in terms of activity to January, but definitely not as productive. In March, we started to see more trade management. So there was more activity around managing trades, and ultimately that generated work for us, but we still ended up earning $2,000 a day. 13.5%, 13.6% return for the month. So if you take a look at quarter one consolidated, it's $154,957 of profits. These are based on closed and realized gains and losses after commissions. Closed and realized gains and losses after commissions. Any position that is still in play, we don't know how that position is going to turn out. Any position that might expire in June, might expire in July, might expire down the road, if I have a drawdown on that position, I don't count that position because I don't know how it's going to turn out. Just as a little footnote, there are several companies after the market closed today that announced earnings that missed earnings. Those companies have the potential of moving the market in a direction that I have positions that could all of a sudden be profitable tomorrow that today we're showing a drawdown. So we only measure closed and realized gains and losses, and we measure them after commissions. I don't want you to have to be sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out on a piece of paper, well, how much commission we have to take out of that. This is already factoring in the commissions that we paid. So our average daily profit throughout the first quarter is $2,500 a day. You see the highs were in January, the lows were in March. How is that going to play out for the rest of the year? I don't know yet, but my intention is to do a quarterly update for you and share with you what our results are. I will say that as we've gotten into April, just a little preview of the second quarter, April has even declined more in terms of our productivity and activity. And I know that as of market close today, our average daily profit in April is around $1,150. So that is all indicative of a significant decrease in volatility, where into the early parts of April, into middle April, in fact, we're seeing some of the lowest levels of volatility that we've seen in a very long time. When volatility comes back into the market, it's very likely that we're going to see a shift back in terms of our productivity and our ability to generate profits, and maybe, if we're fortunate enough, get back to generating average daily profits that were more on a par with January. But I'm not trying to do that. I really want to emphasize that. My objective is not to try to generate profits as heavy as January. My objective is to earn $400 a day. And any day that we earn more than $400, any week that we average more than $400 a day, that is a week that is putting us ahead of the curve. So I consider us to be well ahead of the curve. And frankly, if we never earned another dime for the rest of the year, and we just stopped here at $155,000 and a 72% return, we'd be pretty happy with that. But that's not the way we are, and that's not the way we're going to trade. We want to continue to remain as active traders. So you can see where our performance is and how we've done through the first quarter of the year. Now, just quickly compare our performance to the three indexes that we trade. In the first quarter of 2016, the S&P 500 finished up 0.7%. So 0.77%, okay? The NASDAQ 100 was down 2.39% for the quarter, and the Russell 2000 was down 1.92%. So the indexes were down, but we were able to generate profits throughout that time period for two primary reasons. One is on a daily basis throughout the day, intraday, we leverage the cycles of these indexes. Despite the fact that NASDAQ was down 2.4% for the quarter, There were a lot of movements up and a lot of movements down during that 13-week quarter. Russell 2000 moved up and down, cycled up, cycled down, and there were a lot of cycle movements that we were able to take advantage of. We're looking for very short-term signals, very short-term trades, and we're going to trade, and we don't care which direction we trade. We're going to trade to the upside, we're going to trade to the downside. It just depends on which direction the signals are pointing to us to take a trade. So, patience and capital management wins. This type of trading is definitely not right for everyone. If you don't have the time to be an active trader, that's fine. If you don't have the interest in being an active trader, that's also fine. But this type of trading is available to anyone who has a desire to be an active trader. And I'm very proud of what we've put together here. I think we've got an outstanding education program. And beyond just giving you an education program where now you just go learn on your own, I believe we've created an environment that allows you to observe and repeat, observe and repeat, observe and repeat over and over and over again. Plus, we've tried to create a community of like-minded individuals who all have a passion for trading, who all have an interest in participating in the business of trading, and people who enjoy kind of hanging out together in our live trading room. If you treat trading like a business, you have profits, you have losses, you have expenses. It's very simple to get started, and I personally think it's very easy to cover the expenses of your business. Just 1 week of average profits can cover your overhead for an entire year. Just 1 week of average profits can cover your entire overhead being in the business of trading for an entire year. And this is a business that doesn't require inventory. It's no employees, no buildings, none of the other usual overhead that's associated with owning a business. Opportunity for you to take control, work for your own financial security, and lifestyle freedom. All right, so I want to share this opportunity with you. I want to share what the offer is. As I said, it's not right for everybody, but if it's something that does interest you, I want to make sure you're aware of it. And then we'll see if we have any questions that I can address. So the Profit Accelerator is the education program, and this is an opportunity to sign up for the Profit Accelerator. Plus, we're going to give you a bonus if you sign up for the Profit Accelerator that I think kind of makes it a no-brainer. If you sign up now, what you're going to receive is 4 hours of self-study videos. So it's when I recorded the webinars. It's all the information on understanding and reading chart signals, on the strategies that we use to generate our profits. It's on how to win based on the capital you have at risk and how to size your positions appropriately. It's about the management techniques that we use to overcome most any challenge. Plus, you're going to get access to weekly Q&A session designed to increase your understanding and help you trade successfully. Every Wednesday, we conduct a live webinar Q&A session that's exclusive for Profit Accelerator clients who are also active in our live trading room, who have a live trading room subscription. That Q&A session is an opportunity for you every week to revisit what are you not clear about, what do you need a little clarification on, and the entire team is generally on the Q&A session there available to answer questions for you. We'll also give you an exclusive email address that is email support just for Profit Accelerator clients. We monitor those emails, that email address throughout the market day and try to respond back to you as quickly as possible, giving clarification on anything that you need a little help in understanding. Also, we trade using the AbleTrend charting, AbleTrend software, and we use eSignal as our data feed. As part of the Profit Accelerator sign-up program, we're going to give you opportunity to have discounts on each of those AbleTrend and eSignal packages so that you have the complete package to put yourself in business as a successful trader. All right, so this is a pricing special that we're offering for a limited time. The Profit Accelerator program, it's a $39.95 package. It's a $4,000 package. And we're offering it for $29.95. That's a one-time fee. All of those webinars are yours to download, are yours to review at any time you want to, but $29.95. So that's $1,000 of savings when you sign up now. Now, the AbleTrend software and the eSignal data feed, those are sold separately. And when you go to our website to sign up, there's more information about that. As a special, and I mean limited time bonus, if you sign up for the Profit Accelerator program, if you purchase the Profit Accelerator program, we're going to give you 2 months free in our live trading room. So we're going to allow you to have access to that reinforcement on a daily basis for 2 months. That's a $590 value because the live trading room was offered at $295 a month. So if this interests you, Aaron is going to post in the chat the link to sign up. It's optionsmoneymaker.com/accelerator. She's going to post in the chat, and you can just copy that link and go out to our website and do a little more exploring and check that out. Now, what if you're not sure you're ready to be an active trader, or maybe you don't really know much about Options Moneymaker, you don't know much about me, you want to check us out and see how we trade? That's fine. We would welcome you to do that. We're offering you an opportunity to sign up for a 1-week free trial in our live trading room. Now, we do have limited capacity in our live trading room. So if we are to exceed that capacity, then we may push your 1-week free trial out 1 week. But sign up and you get to listen in then as our Options Moneymaker team evaluates the entry signals, as we open positions, as we take profits, and as we discuss the current market. You can follow along with our trades if you want to. This is absent the education, but you start to get an idea of what we're doing, and you can see how we lock in profits. If that interests you, if you're not ready to sign up to be an active trader, you're not sure you really want to sign up for the Profit Accelerator program, you can sign up for a one-time, 1-week free trial subscription to the live trading room. And Aaron's also going to post the link in the chat so you can copy and paste that. It's optionsmoneymaker.com/LTR trial. So it's live trading room trial, LTR. All right, so both of these offers, I think, are excellent ways for you to assess what's right for you to assess what you're ready to do to take the next step, to build your trading business, to learn, to really grow and be successful. Both of these are available to you. So I'm going to leave this screen up, and Aaron is posting the links in the chat so you can easily copy and paste those and go check them out if you want to. All right. I'm going to take a few questions here. Got a few questions out there. I'm just going to kind of randomly go through and pick a few that I think would be relevant to everybody. Let's see here. Is the live trading room recorded for reviewing later in the day? No, it's not. We don't record the live trading room. I mean, it is a full market day session. And there are sometimes long periods of not much going on. So it's not something that we record. This is something that you have to be present in the room. Fred's asking, is there an overlap between the Profit Builder program and the live trading room? There is not, Fred. In the live trading room, we're typically trading different strategies. We're typically trading some of our more advanced strategies, there really is no overlap between Profit Builder and the live trading room. So trading room's open from, well, it'd be 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern. Also, if I've never traded before real money, which level is this? If you've never traded before, Sue, with real money, if you've never done options trading, I would strongly suggest that you start with Profit Builder. Profit Builder, we did an update on last year. We just completed our first full year of the Profit Builder program. And the Profit Builder program will help you learn the basics of options, get you acquainted with trading options, get you started. It's a much lower commitment because your returns are going to be less. So you can start with the Profit Builder program for just $195 for the first 30 days, and then it's $79.95 a month after that. All right, Ken's asking, what about day trade minimums that brokerages require? Ken, we don't do day trading, and one of the reasons we don't do day trading is because we don't want to have to get into everybody understanding all the day trading rules. We try to avoid those. And even if we did a day trade in the live trading room account, you don't need to take that day trade. So you can completely be in control of what you're doing by not doing day trades. Ken's also asking, in regards to your trading, do you outright buy options, sell for credit, do credit or debit spreads? We do spreads. We do debit spreads more than credit spreads, but we do a few credit spreads in the live trading room. We do buy long options also, and we teach you how to understand the right entry point for buying long options, as well as how to lock in a profit on that. All right, let me just see here. All of the trades, Gia, are on SPX, RUT, and NDX. We really don't trade anything else in the live trading room. Vic, you're asking about Advantage Point. I have no idea what that is. It's nothing that's related to us. Robert is asking, would a person need profit charts in addition to the Able Trend charts in the live trading room? I use my profit charts every single day to have a very good, clear, big picture view. I know Allison uses her profit charts every single day. She's tracking a lot of technical signals, long-term, big picture view technical signals. But then once we kind of have an idea of what the big picture is, we take 95% of all of our trade signals off of Able Trend because they're very, very solid signals, and that's why we have the results we do for first quarter. Marv is asking, can these trades be made in an IRA retirement account? That's a great question for you to pose to your broker, Marv. You just need to make sure that you can trade debit spreads, calendar spreads, diagonal spreads in an IRA. I will answer it this way. You can trade them in an IRA, but not every broker allows you to trade them in an IRA. So those are two different things. You want to check with your broker. Just a few more questions I'm going to take here. Now, if you had a question and we didn't get to it here, if you want to email me at mark@optionsmoneymaker.com, someone on my team will be happy to get back to you. All right, just kind of scanning questions here for broad general questions. A lot of the questions that have been posed were asked early on in the presentation, and those were answered as part of the presentation. Benny's asking in Profit Builder, what do you trade? We trade credit spreads in Profit Builder. Fred's saying 70 to 90 trades per month seems like a lot of trades. It was very active. That was a lot of trades, but it's amazing how it just kind of flows by. Remember, you got 20 trading days. That's really not that many trades, but that's what generated the profits that we were able to accumulate. Okay, if you have any other questions, you let me know. You can send me an email. I'll be happy to have someone on my team or myself respond to those. And we'd love to see you in the trading room. You know, we have a lot of fun in the trading room. We know each other very well. We've got a great team of people who enjoy working together, trading together, and then we have this wonderful community of people literally from all over the world who participate in the live trading room. And I'd like to believe that my mission in life is well beyond just making money for myself in my own account, that my mission is to be able to do that and to take this knowledge that I've accumulated over a 30-year period and share it with as many people as who are interested. I'm not force feeding this to anybody, and as I said, this is not right for everybody, but I definitely want to be able to share it with as many people as have an interest. My goal, as many of you know, was to achieve lifestyle freedom where I could live anywhere, travel anywhere, be anywhere I wanted to, and still generate a decent income. And I was able to achieve that through trading. I'd love to help other people do that also. So I know my team has that. My team can work from anywhere. They move around. They get to have the flexibility of going wherever they want to go. And that's one of the things that they like also. All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your interest. And I hope to see some of you in our live trading room and with our Profit Accelerator program. Thanks for being here.